It took me a whole year of wanting a camera to actually pull the trigger. Because when you indulge in something, you're like, I really want this thing, but you don't know if you want it and you'll actually use it or not. Because I didn't want to spend all this money on a pipe dream of something I'm going to tell myself that I'm going to do, but then don't. And I did the same with a Kindle and a laptop. So what I did is I would use my phone for everything. To take photos, to read books, to watch movies, obviously to text, to look at social media. And it would almost be like a trial phase. So, how often do I actually read books? How often do I want to take photos? How often do I want to edit videos? And once I've hit a sort of threshold, it's not predefined, but once I feel like I've done it enough, I'll upgrade and I'll then invest in the camera or invest in the Kindle, because I know that I'm genuinely intrigued in the skill or the task, as opposed to just buying another gadget. And that has worked wonders, because I've now had this camera for about 3 days, and the amount of excitement and play and creativity that it's stirred up within me is so exciting. It feels like I've unlocked a new level to the game by just having a medium to, explore. Yeah, man. What a life. What a life. Just to contradict, what I was saying. Sometimes you need to just take the leap. You don't necessarily know what the outcome's going to be. But if you've got excitement towards something, genuine interest, it piques your curiosity, I think those are the little signs of when, we get a little taste. We need to go for it and just see what happens. I've started a lot of things. I started a YouTube channel. I wrote newsletters for a little bit. Still do, but it's a lot more infrequent now. Do a bit of photography, do a bit of editing. I just try shit, man, with no expectation of it being my big thing or the thing I'm going to commit to for the rest of my life or spend all my time doing, but just try it for trying's sake. I think the objective for me is to just see where my curiosity can take me, see what I'm capable of in all of these different domains. Like the writing, for example. I the first one I did was shit. It was one-line sentences the entire way down, and my word choice wasn't great, but there was something there. I got excited, and I had the kernel of an idea, and then 50 to 60 newsletters later. I mean, I didn't post them all. Some of them were just sort of drafts, but more than, let's say, 60 hours, 70 hours of just sitting, writing, refining, thinking. My ability to craft a newsletter, take the reader down through my thought process, maybe changing emotions, it got a lot better. It's not perfect. It's not, it's nothing to write home about, but it's a drastic difference from the start. But if I'd have just give up because I didn't know, or I didn't get it straight away, then I'd never have gained that skill and, you know, seen what I was capable in that domain. And the thing is, like, when you start something new, and like, you know what, it could be, like, for example, I created a video maybe like a couple of weeks ago called "Get After It," and compared to people who do this professionally, that is terrible. But to me, who's never created something like that before, I was over the moon. And now looking back on it, like um, I could see how it could be improved. How the editing and the shot selection and everything could be crafted better. But if I didn't do it, if I didn't make that, and if I also wasn't happy with it when I finished, I wouldn't be at the point now where I could look back on that and see where it could be improving. If I just stayed in the perfectionist, it must be right, and if I'm not going to make it just right, then I'm not going to do it. Then I wouldn't have the lesson, and I also wouldn't have the experience. I also wouldn't have the fun. Do you know how fun it was to create that, regardless of like the quality of it now? Like, it was great at the time, and it's still great now because I made that. I made that. Like, I watch people on YouTube and I'm like, that is so cool. I wish I could make stuff. But you can. Like, what is stopping you? Like, it's not the gear. It's not anything but yourself. Like, just give it a go and see what happens. I bet there's a thing that you've always wanted to try. Whether it is YouTube, whether it's making music, whatever. What if you just commit to making like 10 over the next month? Maybe you just commit to making one. Just taking that first step forward and seeing what happens.